What if I told you that the difference between living an average life and living a millionaire life is not luck? It's not your family name. It's not even the size of your paycheck right now. It's the way you think. Back in 1908, a young journalist named Napoleon Hill sat nervously across from Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate, one of the richest men who had ever lived. Carnegie leaned forward, looked Hill straight in the eyes, and said, "I'm going to give you a secret so powerful it can turn anyone into a millionaire. But only if they're willing to understand it, live it, and protect it with their life." Carnegie then gave Hill a challenge: spend the next 20 years studying and interviewing the most successful people in the world. The Rockefellers, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, and from those interviews, extract the laws of success. Napoleon Hill accepted that challenge. And in 1937, after 2 decades of research, he published Think and Grow Rich, a book that has changed more lives than perhaps any other in the world of personal success. Today, I'm not just going to summarize this book for you. I'm going to decode it and show you how each of its 13 principles can be applied right now in today's economy to build the wealth, the freedom, and the life you've always dreamed of. By the end of this video, you won't just understand what the rich know, you'll start thinking like they do. The first principle is desire. Not a wish, not a passing dream, a burning obsession. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results." Think about that for a moment. Every millionaire, every groundbreaking inventor, every game-changing entrepreneur started with a burning desire to create something more than what they had. It wasn't, "I hope this works." It was, "This will happen." No matter how long it takes, no matter what it costs me, no matter what I have to sacrifice. Let me give you a modern example. 5 years later, he was paid exactly $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. That's not magic. That's desire. Focused, visualized, and acted upon every single day. Here's the truth. You can't casually stroll into wealth. You have to burn for it. You have to want it so badly that it pushes you through rejection, failure, and exhaustion. Hill gives us 6 steps to transform desire into reality. Decide the exact amount of money you want. Determine exactly what you will give in return for that money. Set a definite date when you will possess it. Create a plan for carrying out your desire, and begin immediately. Write a clear, concise statement of the amount you intend to acquire, the time limit, and what you will give in return. Read your statement aloud twice daily, once in the morning, once before bed. When you write it down, when you speak it into existence every single day, your mind starts looking for opportunities. You begin seeing connections you never noticed before, and that's when your journey truly begins. So ask yourself, what do you want so badly that you'd wake up early, stay up late, and work weekends to make it happen? That is your starting point. Principle number 2, faith. Once you have desire, you need faith. And I'm not talking about blind hope or wishful thinking. I'm talking about an unshakable belief in yourself and in your goal. So strong that it refuses to collapse, even when everything around you says it's impossible. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Faith is the head chemist of the mind." What he meant is this: your subconscious mind takes orders from your dominant thoughts. If those orders are laced with doubt, you'll sabotage yourself without even realizing it. But if they are drenched in faith, you'll keep moving forward no matter how hard the road gets. Consider the story of Colonel Sanders. At age 65, broke and living on a $105 Social Security check, He set out to sell his fried chicken recipe to restaurants. He was rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally said yes. Most people would have quit after the first 50, but his faith told him, "Someone will believe in this. I just need to keep going until I find them." Today, KFC is one of the most recognized brands in the world. Faith is built by repetition, through affirmations and visualization. Hill suggested speaking your goals out loud every morning and night, in present tense, as if they've already happened. Example, I am earning $100,000 a month through my business, and I do it with joy, service, and passion. Money flows to me because I provide incredible value. When you say it, your conscious mind may not fully believe it yet, but your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and a vividly imagined scenario. Over time, that belief grows until it becomes unshakable, and your actions begin to align with that reality. Faith doesn't make the path easy. Faith makes the path inevitable. Principle number 3, autosuggestion. Desire sets your target. Faith fuels your belief. Now you need autosuggestion, the process of deliberately programming your mind to make your goal a reality. Think of your mind like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant and water every day will grow, whether they're weeds or roses. Autosuggestion is how you plant the right seeds. Hill wrote, "Through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that is persistently held in the mind and consciously repeated will eventually seek expression through action and transform itself into reality." Here's how it works in practical terms. Every day, you feed your mind with images, words, and emotions that align with your goal. You do it first thing in the morning when your mind is fresh, and last thing at night when your subconscious is most open. If your goal is financial freedom, you might read your written statement from Principle 1. Look at images of the life you want, the home, the travel, the freedom. Listen to motivational speeches or affirmations that reinforce your belief. Visualize yourself already living that life, feeling the emotions of success. Autosuggestion is not just positive thinking. It's a daily mental workout. You're building the mental muscles that push you toward action, and action is where the magic happens. Here's the danger most people overlook. Your mind is always listening to you, to the news, to the people around you. If you don't consciously choose what to feed it, the world will feed it fear, doubt, and limitation, and that will poison your desire. So be ruthless about what enters your mental diet. Protect it like a millionaire protects his investments, because your thoughts are your greatest investment. Principle number 4, specialized knowledge. We live in an age where information is everywhere, but wealth belongs to those who can turn that information into specialized knowledge. Napoleon Hill discovered that millionaires aren't necessarily the smartest in the traditional sense. They're often not the top students in school, but they master one skill, one area, one niche so deeply that people are willing to pay them highly for it. Think of Elon Musk. He didn't just know technology. He dove into physics, engineering, and business, specialized knowledge, and applied it to electric cars, rockets, and solar power. In your case, specialized knowledge might mean learning digital marketing so well that businesses beg you to run their campaigns, becoming the go-to real estate expert in your city, mastering a software skill that very few people can do well. Hill's point was simple. General knowledge is cheap. Specialized knowledge is priceless. And here's the best part. In today's world, you can acquire specialized knowledge faster than ever before. Without a college degree, often without spending more than a few $100s. The action step? Identify one skill that, if mastered, would multiply your income. Then spend at least 1 to 2 hours a day sharpening it. Books, courses, mentors. Your investment will pay you for life. Principle number 5, imagination. Everything you see around you, your phone, your car, the chair you're sitting in, once existed only in someone's imagination. Napoleon Hill called imagination the workshop of the mind. It's where your desires and specialized knowledge combine to create plans. Without imagination, your goals stay stuck as dreams. Hill explained 2 types of imagination: synthetic imagination, rearranging old concepts into new combinations, like combining existing technologies to make something fresh; creative imagination, tapping into ideas and inspiration that seem to come from beyond yourself, that download moment every creator knows. Take Walt Disney. He didn't just imagine a cartoon mouse. He imagined an empire, theme parks, movies, merchandise, all from the spark of one character. Imagination turns "I want to be wealthy" into "here's my 5-year plan to build wealth using X strategy." And here's the key: you must train it. Most adults stop using imagination after childhood, but millionaires feed it daily through brainstorming, vision boarding, and thinking big without limitations. Your wealth starts in your mind. Treat it like a workshop. Principle number 6, organized planning. Dreams without a plan are just wishes. Napoleon Hill said, "You must create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action." Most people wait until everything is perfect before starting. That's why they never start. Millionaires know that imperfect action beats perfect procrastination every single time. Organized planning means breaking your goal into actionable steps, setting deadlines, assigning responsibilities, even if you're the only one right now, adjusting the plan when reality throws you a curveball. Hill emphasized surrounding yourself with a mastermind group, a circle of people who push you, challenge you, and help you refine your plan. In the 21st century, this could mean a mentor, an accountability partner, or even an online mastermind group. Here's the trap. If your plan fails once, most people think the goal is impossible. But Hill said, no, change the plan, not the goal. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times to make a working light bulb. Each failure wasn't a dead end, it was feedback. Organized planning turns vague ambition into a predictable path. And when you combine it with the first 5 principles, your momentum becomes unstoppable. Principle number 7, decision. Mastering the art of quick. Napoleon Hill studied over 500 millionaires and found a trait they all shared. They make decisions quickly and change them slowly. In contrast, the average person takes forever to decide and changes their mind at the first sign of resistance. Why is decision-making so powerful? Because indecision is the enemy of action. Every day you hesitate, opportunities pass you by. Think of Jeff Bezos when he decided to leave his comfortable Wall Street job to start Amazon. Everyone thought he was crazy, but he made the decision fast and stuck with it despite years of doubt and criticism. Hill explained that procrastination is a form of fear. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of being wrong. Millionaires train themselves to trust their analysis, make a call, and move forward. Here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, practice making small decisions in under 60 seconds. What to eat, what to wear, which project to start. This rewires your brain to act decisively when it matters most. Remember, The world respects people who know where they're going. Principle number 8, persistence, the iron will to keep going. Persistence is the glue that holds all the other principles together. Without it, your desire fades, your plans crumble, and your dreams die at the first obstacle. Hill said, "Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel." It's what turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Think about Colonel Sanders. At the age of 65, broke and living on a $105 Social Security check. He knocked on 1,009 doors before finding someone willing to partner with him on his fried chicken recipe. Today, KFC is a global empire. Persistence isn't about banging your head against the wall, doing the same thing over and over. It's about adjusting, improving, and pushing forward even when it's hard. You'll face rejection, delays, failures. Most people quit. That's why the few who persist stand out and get rewarded. Your action step: write down your main goal. Below it, list the obstacles you expect to face. For each obstacle, write at least one strategy to overcome it. This way, when resistance comes, you'll already have a plan to persist. Principle number 9, the mastermind. Surround yourself with power. You've heard the saying, your network is your net worth. Napoleon Hill proved this decades before it became a cliché. A mastermind is more than just networking. It's the coordinated energy of two or more minds working in harmony toward a definite purpose. When you align yourself with ambitious, intelligent, and driven people, you don't just share ideas, you multiply them. Andrew Carnegie credited his entire fortune to the power of his mastermind group. Henry Ford surrounded himself with inventors, engineers, and business leaders who pushed his thinking beyond what he could achieve alone. In today's world, your mastermind could be a weekly Zoom call with like-minded entrepreneurs, a local business group or mastermind program, a private online community focused on your niche. Here's the trap. If you spend your time with negative, broke, and uninspired people, you'll eventually mirror them. Your mastermind is either lifting you higher or pulling you down. Hill's advice: choose your circle like your life depends on it, because it does. Principle number 10, the subconscious mind, your mental gateway to wealth. Napoleon Hill called the subconscious mind the connecting link between your conscious thoughts and infinite intelligence. It's like the soil where you plant seeds. Whatever you plant, wealth, fear, doubt, confidence, grows. Here's the truth. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. If you feed it images of success, confidence, and abundance, it will start creating situations to match. But if you feed it fear, failure, and scarcity, it will deliver exactly that. Millionaires use this to their advantage. They visualize their goals daily. They use affirmations to reprogram beliefs. They guard what they watch, read, and listen to. Example: Muhammad Ali used to say, "I am the greatest," long before he became heavyweight champion. He was programming his subconscious mind until the world had no choice but to believe him. Your task: before sleeping tonight, spend 5 minutes imagining your dream life in vivid detail. The home, the lifestyle, the impact you make. The subconscious is most receptive right before sleep, so use that window. Principle number 11, the brain, broadcasting and receiving thoughts. Hill believed the brain is not just an organ, it's a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Every thought you dwell on emits a frequency. Positive, powerful thoughts attract opportunities. Negative, fearful thoughts repel them. Think about times when you were deeply focused on something, and suddenly the right person, book, or idea appeared. That's the law of vibration in action. In the modern world, we'd compare this to tuning a radio. If you want rock music, you don't tune to a jazz station. If you want wealth and success, you must tune your mind to the frequency of wealth and success. Your challenge: pay attention to your dominant thoughts for the next 48 hours. Every time a negative thought appears, replace it immediately with its positive opposite. This is mental discipline, and millionaires master it. Principle number 12, the sixth sense. The door to infinite intelligence. This principle is the most mystical in Hill's work. The sixth sense. It's that gut feeling, the hunch, the sudden flash of inspiration that seems to come from nowhere. Hill described it as a blend of all the other principles, refined by experience and fed by the subconscious mind. It's not something you can force. It grows naturally as you master the other 12 principles. Many top entrepreneurs credit their biggest decisions to intuition. Steve Jobs said, "Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Your action: keep a hunch journal. Write down every intuitive idea, no matter how random. Over time, you'll see patterns and start trusting that inner voice. Principle number 13, overcoming fear. The final barrier to riches. Hill identified 6 basic fears that hold people back. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, fear of death. Fear paralyzes decision-making. It makes people settle for less. The antidote? Action. Fear thrives in inaction and disappears in motion. When you act despite fear, your brain rewires itself. You prove to yourself you are bigger than the thing you fear. Millionaires don't live without fear. They just feel it and move forward anyway. Example: Elon Musk admitted he thought SpaceX and Tesla would fail, but he went all in regardless. The result? Multi-billion-dollar companies that changed entire industries. Your challenge: identify your dominant fear today. Write down one small action you can take against it. Then take that action immediately. And there you have it, the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich. From desire to decision, from persistence to the sixth sense. These are not just theories. They're a proven blueprint, followed by the greatest wealth builders in history. But remember this: knowledge alone is not power. Applied knowledge is power. If you watch this video and do nothing, nothing changes. If you take even one principle and act on it today, you started the journey to your own fortune. This channel, Millionaire Mind USA, exists to remind you that you are capable of more than you can imagine. Your next step is simple. Pick one principle from today, apply it for 7 days, and watch what happens. If this video lit a fire inside you, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who's ready to level up their life. Because wealth is not an accident, it's a decision. And today, you've made yours.